Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for supper. So remember I bought that great big package of chicken from Meijer the other day because I got that $3 off coupon? This is it. So we're going to do chicken today and tomorrow so I can use up that whole package. Let me know in the comments below. I was thinking about doing a week of my own home canned goods and making meals out of those. And then going back and doing another freezer week. Give me an idea if you guys think that that's something that you'd like to see or not. I'm going to try to make them as healthy as I can. But with canning season getting here, I kind of need to make some room. And also, you know, I want to show people that not only do we have to buy fresh food and whatever to be able to stay healthy, get healthy, whatever, that we can do it with our own home canned goods as well. And to use up some of the room in the freezer. Tom made room for me yesterday, but I still haven't gotten any peppers, bell peppers, you know, and like I'm almost out of those. So there's things that I need to make room for. And my goal is this freezer here is stuff that I would use every day, you know, like whatever. And then we have a small little tiny freezer stand up that we got from Sam's. I want just for fruits and vegetables. And then our big freezer is what I want just meat. And then we have a small freezer downstairs that my sister gave us really cheap. We couldn't turn it down. That I want for like when I make the mashed potatoes and stuff like that. So I'd like to get things organized the way that I intended for them to be. How's that? So tonight's dinner is low carb barbecue chicken thighs. But I very seldom ever buy thighs. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't hate them, but I just never buy them. So I'm going to use chicken breast instead. So the first thing I need to do is to, I know you think, oh my gosh, she's using another onion. I had fresh ones still left, and that's what I'm going to use. I do have to get those used up as well. But, you know, there's times that you don't want, you know, them chopped up in cubes. You need slices. And that's what I'm doing today. And, by the way, I ordered some bags to do, you know, strain stuff. So I am going to be doing my vegetable broth soon. That's a big old onion. It says to only use a medium onion. I'm going to use this whole onion because I think that onions really add a lot of flavor to your meals, and that's what I want to do. Except for I need to slice them just a little bit thinner, I think, than that. Not quite that thin, I don't think. Now, with my vegetable broth that I plan on making, a lot of it's going to be onion, and I don't know how that's going to turn out. So, maybe those of you that have made it before can give me some kind of idea. Is it going to be gross to have that much onion in there? I wanted mushrooms to add to this, but I forgot to tell Tom. And Jack must be taking a nap because I can't get a hold of him to bring me up one from downstairs. When I tell you other people bring me stuff from downstairs, Tom says it's too dangerous down there. And the only reason he says that is because he knows if I go down there and I see how disarrayed it is, that I'll get upset. So he always says, it's too dangerous. And mind you, I used to sleep in that basement, so yeah. Alright, so we're going to add some olive oil to that. You really don't need to add a lot of olive oil to them when you do that because, you know, your onions bring a lot of natural juice out of them. So, and it says to salt and pepper that. I was so excited, you guys. Excuse me. I went to the chiropractor this morning after dropping the kids off. And for the first time in my weight loss journey, he actually said, looks like you're losing weight. And it's like, I was like, I've been telling you that. So, duh. Now, I'm going to do this a little bit differently than what it says. Not that that should surprise any of you. But I'm going to do it just a little bit different than what they say. I'm actually going to cut these in half because they're really, really fat. I hope I'm coming up with a few odd ones this week because I want some different takes and different ideas on what to make. You know what I mean? And I don't want it always to be just the same kind of thing. I mean, I think I've made something like this, but not quite like it. Still a little bit frozen there. Now I'm going to take the other 3 that I have left, and I'm going to put them in this quart bag. Hopefully they'll fit in there. And that is the chicken that we'll use tomorrow. So there's tomorrow's dinner. Alrighty. Let me grab a bowl. 1 second. Alright, so I got a bowl. Now it says to shred the chicken. But what I was thinking about doing, so that you get a little bit more of a mouthful, is I was thinking about cutting them in half and then just doing really small, thin slices. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to, you know, shred it afterwards, you're more than welcome to do that. But I just figured that this way, you get more of a bite. And for those people that don't like the shredded texture, I think this would be a little bit better. I don't mind the shredded texture. Really, there isn't much food that I have a texture problem with. I just don't like them. Has nothing to do with texture. There might be some, like, my kids eat those things that you suck out of the, yeah, I don't like the texture, I don't like the taste, nothing, it's gross. It's the only thing I told my kids growing up that I thought was gross. Because I tried never to do that because I didn't want them to not like something because I didn't like it. You know what I mean? Because I think that people should gather their own opinion on whether they like something. Like Jack is a good instance of that, you know. He'd be like, I don't like this and I don't like that. And then come to find out he hadn't tried it. And like with liver, he likes my liver now. Because his mom always did like my mom did and covered it in, you know, flour. And it just didn't taste that good. Where when it's more in the raw and it's cooked in butter and not deep fried in oil, it actually tastes pretty good. So him and Tom both have become, you know, where they like my liver. And that's good. Alright, so I'm going to keep slicing this up. I know it's going to take a little bit more time, but that's okay, because it's going to shrink too. And so it's, I think, going to be a lot tastier that way. Boy, that piece is being a pain, huh? By the way, I got offered a product to do today, and some things you don't have to do a video on. You just pay for it, they pay you right back, whatever. You just have to do a review. This one I have to do a video on. You guys, it's going to be amazing. I can tell you it's knives. They are beautiful. I can't wait to get them. So, when I get them, I'll be doing a review on those. And I have a couple other things, hopefully. They'll tell you that they're going to send stuff, and then they don't. So, who knows. But let me get all this chicken chopped up, and then I'll be back. All right, so Tom called. So I'm starting all over. Just, it was in the pan. But anyway, so I got all that chicken done up. And I'm going to put that in the pan with the onions. See, I think that looks like a much fuller, nicer pan of food that will, I think, stretch a little bit farther than it would if it was shredded up. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I've never made it before, so who knows. And then he told me where I had a can of my mushrooms. So it was in the back room. Even though they're not fresh, I want them to brown as well with everything else. If you don't want to put mushrooms in there, if you want to put something else in there, you're more than welcome to do whatever, you know, makes you feel good with your dish. I actually wished I would have made a few more onions to go with that. Alright, so that chicken is going to cook down before we do anything else to it. It does say barbecue chicken, so yeah, it will be barbecue chicken. I'm not using a reduced calorie one because I have a lot of that I stocked up on of barbecue sauce, plus I recanned barbecue sauce, and so I have a lot of that to use up before I think about going to a lower calorie. And I keep thinking about what my chiropractor said, you know, the sugar-free isn't always the best because it puts other stuff in there. And so I don't want to do that either. But if you want to use a lower calorie one, please do. Nobody can tell you what to do in your kitchen. That's the good thing. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. When the kids get here, we're going to leave about probably 7:30 in the morning. And I'm taking the kids up to Claire. And we're going to go to Cops and Donuts first. My son, my oldest son, make sure you get me those 1 donuts. They have bacon on the top. So I just called and ordered those so that they won't be out when we get there. We're going to take the kids to all 3 of the Amish stores there in Claire. And then lunch at Ponderosa. And then if I have time, we're going to stop at Walmart. And I'm going to get AJ a couple outfits for school. Because, you know, he starts the 21st. He's going to be a first grader. These kids are just growing up too fast. I don't know what's up with that, but they're growing up way too fast. Alrighty. Wanted to tell you I've got like 21 new subscribers, so welcome aboard to you new guys, and I'm sure that our community will make you feel welcome. It's really weird to get new subscribers and less views. Makes no sense to me, but anyway. It's summer, everybody's busy, and there was something else I wanted to tell you guys, but I can't remember. So anyways, I'll be back when this chicken is done. Okay, so what I did is I drained most of the liquid out of it. So now I want my chicken to it's not necessarily brown up a little bit, but maybe get a little bit of color to it. And then I remembered what I wanted to ask. Tomorrow with us going to the Amish stores, we can buy the big bricks of cheese. You know, they're about this big and then about this long. Do you think that it's honestly beneficial to shred up your own cheese? Is it better caloric-wise? Is it better for you? Do you think it's cheaper? Whatever. Let me know in the comments with that below too, because I'm going to look at those tomorrow too, because they sell them at the discount one. And with that new machine, I think I could make the cheese pretty quick. So let me know that in the comments too. Alright, it didn't get much color to it, but that's okay. At least all the liquid's out of there. Now I'm going to add some, it says to use 1/4 cup. We'll use what it takes to make sure everything is covered in barbecue sauce. I kind of like using the barbecue sauce because just because it's August doesn't mean that summer's not still here. And we can still enjoy, to me, barbecue sauce, I mean, I like it anytime, but it reminds me of summer, and, you know, no reason we can't still have a bit of summer. Even if the kids are going back to school. I always thought that Michigan, it was a ruling passed for a while that they had to go back to the Labor Day thing because we're such a big state for tourism. But I guess that went away. I don't know what happened with that. So now the rest of it I'll put in the refrigerator. Isn't that pretty? Now, you know, my cheese. I've been trying not to use as much cheese. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying not to. And you can use any kind of cheese you want. The reason I asked about the cheese thing is because this is my last package of the Colby Monterey Jack, and I think I only have one of my mozzarella, so I either have to order it or I have to get some and chop it up. Now we're going to put that on there and let that cheese melt. And then I'll be right back to show you what it looks like. Now let me show you. Doesn't that look delicious? Alright, let's take a small bite. I know this seems like a really simple meal, and it is. And you're like, why would you do a video on just barbecued chicken like that? But actually, you know what? There's a lot of working parents out there that, you know, they don't have time, you know, to cook a luxurious meal or whatever. Sometimes they need something that you can throw together quick. And this took together, I mean, the cook time they say takes 15 minutes. Maybe. The prep time, 15 minutes. Maybe. But, I mean, you can throw together a nice meal for your kids, your family, your husband, wife, whatever. And it's good. And it's not real fattening or anything like that. And then you can put a side to it as well. We're going to have some of my home sliced tomatoes today, which I got quite a few more, so I chopped them up, put them in the freezer because it's not ready. I don't have enough. I've got a half a gallon and then 2 quarts. So once I get enough to fill 9 pints, then I'm going to can them. So let's give it a try. That is so good. And the onions in it make it even better because it just like brings out that flavor. If you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to add them. You could add whatever you wanted to it, but this way it's a quick, easy meal, and it's not going to break the bank, and it's not going to break your calories. So like this one, it says, if you use the diabetic lower carb barbecue sauce, it's 247 calories for a serving. So really, that's not bad at all. So I am not only keeping in mind, like, is it healthier? Because, like I said, we're going to have non-healthy stuff too, but is the calorie intake. And a lot of those recipes will show you that. So, waiting for Tom to get home, and then we're going to have dinner. Well, hi, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
So there's dinner, fresh tomatoes. Give that chicken a try.
Gotta have a second bite to be sure.
Oh, okay. That's really good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I think the onions really bring a lot of flavor out in it. Oh, and the tomatoes.
A touch of salt.
Well, I chopped up all the other ones and put them in quart bags so that they'll be ready to can when I get enough. And we have iced tea. Did you try a drink of that?
That's really good.
Yeah. They don't have our dry iced tea anymore that I had, so I tried these gallon bags, and it actually works pretty good because I have decaffeinated, so it's harder to find. But yeah. So I'm back in business for tea. All right.
This is decaf? Mm-hmm. No? Sweet.
Alrighty. So our cat's crying for food. You better shake it down.
I already did.
No, you didn't.
I did
There's a
so.
big hole in there.
Well, then she just put it there.
All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Be a blessing. Be blessed. And goodbye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.